Oh, looks like we're starting.
There we go.
Here we go.
Hello everyone, this is Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited. The Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game was recently honored with 5 awards at this year's Japan Game Awards.
Oh yeah, you heard about that, right?
Yeah, I think so. What
It's
an
received
honor.
a great many awards on top of that as well. Each award is very
Nice.
meaningful to me,
Yeah.
so I would like to take the opportunity to extend my thanks to all those who have voted and to all those who have supported us. Thank you so much. Without further ado, let's begin the presentation. First, we'll start with what the Neo Geo is. It
Oh
refers
boy,
to a
it's the
1990
backstory now.
video game console for use in arcades and at home, as well as to the name of the system.
That explains why he has the arcade stick.
In 1990, the equivalent to the Super NES had only just released in Japan, so if you wanted to play arcade games at home before then, the only option was to play the less polished ports on the Nintendo Entertainment System. However, with the Neo Geo system, you could play the arcade versions of games at home with no drop in quality. 1990
that's
was
not
right around the year
completely
that I started
true.
working for a game company. Back
No?
then, Japan
Yeah, there was like a
was
slight bit of quality drop, but
In
otherwise,
other
like,
words,
it was
you could go
close
to a rental
to
store,
arcade
rent an
perfect, I
arcade
think.
game, take it home, and play it.
It's like, I should
After
know
that,
this, I've
they
been
were sold
researching
for
on
home
console
use, but
specs.
A single game would cost about 30,000
Oh,
yen.
cool.
That's expensive. But if you think about it, compared to
30,000
playing
yen.
a game in the arcade 300 times at 100 yen per play, you're getting your money's worth. At the time, some people
That's
actually thought
insane.
this was cheap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there really are people who've played games in the Super Smash Bros. Series 1,000 or even 10,000 times. Anyway, the MVS, as it was called then, was sold in various places, and for an arcade machine, it wasn't all that expensive.
Interesting.
You could also get them on lease. That's
Ah.
why you'd end up seeing lots of candy stores having a Metal Slug cabinet. The home version of the Neo Geo came with this controller. Can you see? It has 4 buttons. And this is the actual console itself. Here is the reset button, and here you slot in the big game cartridges. This is the Neo Geo? Just kidding.
Oh.
So this is how they
the
promote
Neo
their...
Geo X, the portable version that was released afterward. You could also insert it into this docking station and play it as a home console. Beat Nintendo Switch to it. Portable multi-purpose console. Updated iterations of past systems are emblematic of the Neo Geo. Next, let's talk about what Fatal Fury is. It released in 1991, the same year as Street Fighter II,
Awesome backstory.
but this one came later.
Yeah, I
It
remember
launched
the
after
Street Fighter and
II.
and
Like
Fatal
many of
Fury
the
were
other
like
fighters,
competing
Fatal
against each
Fury
other
is
too.
often regarded as a title that was developed to capitalize on the popularity of
Incorrectly
Street Fighter
thought
II,
as an
but that's not really
invitation.
the case. Actually, both Street Fighter II and Fatal Fury were developed using the original Street Fighter as a foundation. In fact, the development of Fatal Fury was started by one of the planners of Street Fighter. Did I just
I
hear you
have
say
not
so?
known that.
Me neither, actually.
This one is also a multiplayer-focused fighting game. In this story, someone named Jeff Bogard is killed by Geese Howard. Geese Howard starts up a fighting tournament in Southtown, which he runs. To avenge his father's death, Terry enters the tournament, which is known as King of Fighters. I mentioned the term King of Fighters, something you may have heard before. Yes, there's actually a popular series called The King of Fighters, and that series was named after the fighting tournament within the world of Fatal Fury.
Ooh, sweet.
And Terry Bogard, who is the protagonist of Fatal Fury, also appears in all the games in the King of Fighters series as one of the main characters.
Oh, so this dude's
If you want to
definitely
play a
going
game from
places.
either
Yeah,
the Fatal
he's
Fury
basically
series
the
or the
Mario
King
of the
Fighters
SNK
series. Many of
series.
them are available now on Nintendo Switch as part
That's
of the Arcade
awe-inspiring.
Archive series.
Awesome.
You may not know which one to play first, but my recommendations from the Fatal Fury series would be Fatal Fury Special. From the King of Fighters series, my recommendation would be the King of Fighters 95. But if you want to play a fighting game with all sorts of strategic elements, then I recommend the King of Fighters 98. Next, I'll give you some insight on Terry Bogard. Actually,
All
this
right,
video
shoot.
was recorded about 1 month prior to its release. That's because we need to translate and edit videos like this one, and that takes time.
Yeah, there's
The game
that.
footage you see here is not from the final production ROM, so please understand that there may be some elements that differ from the final game. Since we have the opportunity, I want
Sure.
to talk about Terry using a lot of SNK lingo, meaning in this discussion the younger generations may feel a little out of the loop.
If that's
But
where
there's
we're
nothing to
going.
worry about. When we released the original Nintendo 64 version of Super Smash Bros., I was often asked, who is Samus? Whether or not the character is fun to play as is more important than whether the character is new or old, or whether the character is recognizable to everyone. I want to make sure I present Terry to you in such a way that you can fully understand his appeal. So thank you.
I get the feeling I know why it's 45 minutes now.
Let's begin.
All right, fire away.
All right.
This
There's
is Terry
the man of the
Bogard
hour.
in Super Smash
Oh, yeah.
Bros. Ultimate. He's still wearing an outfit that reflects the era of his original game, but we did our best to make him look cool in a variety of ways. When he stands next to Ryu, it almost makes you wonder, is this really a Super Smash Bros. Game? Doesn't it?
Shows
Just
you
like
how
Ryu,
far
when
we've
you're
come.
playing one-on-one, he'll face the opponent. Actually, he
Alright.
always looks in the opponent's direction. Even if you move him to a location behind the opponent, he'll quickly turn around, always
Alright,
keeping
so
his
just like
focus
Ryu
on the
can.
opponent. Let's talk about his moves. His neutral attacks are jab, body blow, and high kick.
Nice.
Each move is something familiar from the Fatal Fury series. And his dash is power charge. This is a move you can use in Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special, and others. In the original series, it was one of his special moves. His tilt attacks are middle kick, rising upper, and underkick. Compared to Ryu, his attack speed is slower. This is to match his original series. Now for smash attacks. First up, backspin kick. This smash attack is the equivalent to his strong attack, but the motion is even cooler than in his original series. Next, wild upper and slide kick. Both are from the original series. Then his mid-air moves. Jump, then chop. Jump, then kick. Jump, then backward kick. And then somersault kick. However, this somersault kick was not included in the original series. But we needed a move to attack up. So
Oh.
we created a new move.
Interesting.
Also, jump and then karate punch for a down air attack. If you successfully pull off a down air, it's possible to attack with a meteor effect, as you can see here.
Nice.
It's basically like Ryu's. Next, I'll cover his throws. His forward throw is his familiar buster throw. His back throw is also buster throw. And his down throw is neck breaker drop. In fact, he used it in the game Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. I miss playing that game on Hyper Neo Geo 64. And then, his up
I'm
throw
sure.
is grasping upper. This sort of dodge attack can be performed after a spot dodge. I mentioned dodge attack, and this actually does exist. During a spot dodge, immediately press the button to counterattack.
Oh.
During a dodge attack, your upper body becomes invincible, so this kind of move gives you the advantage when you counterattack.
Ah, nice.
Now for his special attacks.
All right, fire away.
His neutral special, with just the B button, is Power Wave. Depending on how long you press the button, you'll use one of two types of special attacks, weak and strong. This one is weak and kinda slow, and this one is strong. Fast, isn't it? For Ryu, in his original
Alright, I
game, he
kinda
used
see
3
the
buttons,
difference.
so there were weak, medium, and strong attacks. For Terry Bogard, you could use 4 buttons in his original game, but there were only 2 buttons for punch, so that's why he only has 2 attack levels, weak and strong. This rule applies to all of his special attacks, so please keep that in mind.
Okay.
By the way, the
Okay.
attack Power Wave is a move that shoots energy along the ground, but how does it look in the air? In his original game, you couldn't use this move in the air. this is how it looks now.
Oh.
As of the King of Fighters 96,
Oh,
the power
I
wave
see the
ability had
setback.
a shorter range, so we've recreated that version of the move. It's a useful move in midair and helps keep opponents in check. Next, we have a special performed while holding in the direction of your opponent, Burning Knuckle. This move also has a weak and strong version, as well as a command input. Like the Hadouken command input from Street Fighter II, you perform this command using the directional inputs, down, to the side, in the direction of your opponent, and then press the button. Doing so makes the move a bit stronger. This means that Burning Knuckle has 4 variations: weak without command input, and strong without command input, weak with command input, and strong with command input. The strong version using the command input is of course the most powerful. You'll hear a noise
So there's
when
some
you input the
complexity
command.
in his moveset.
Yep.
Makes sense.
And if you've succeeded, you might also notice some green mixed in with the flames.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
It may be slight, but there is a difference. The strong version with the command input really is strong, even capable of KOing opponents. It can be blocked, however, so be on the lookout for that. In such a case, you'll be left wide open. And this is a first for the Super Smash Bros. Series, but the side specials are split into 2 versions, a back special and a front special.
Oh.
That means there's one more side special than usual, Crack Shoot. This is a familiar move from his original game.
Interesting.
There's also a command input version. It's performed by using the directional buttons down to the back, followed by the A or B button.
Oh.
The command version can launch your opponent quite a bit further. It creates a bit of an arc, so it can be used as an anti-air attack when your opponents try to hit you. At close range, if you happen to be blocked by a shield, it's hard to be counterattacked because
A little
you'll pass
curious
through
as to
them.
how this is going to look in practice.
There's something I want you to remember. When you do a crack shoot off screen, this is how it will look. Terry swings with his whole body when using Burning Knuckle and crack shoot, so it can be hard to recover. However,
Taking that as a
if you
caution.
keep pressing backwards without inputting commands, you should be able to initiate crack shoot in the direction you're trying to recover. Let me show you one more time. Do this, then continue to press backward,
Alright.
Okay.
and then you can recover. If you press too quickly or input some commands, you'll fly right off the stage, so be careful.
Oh boy.
And this is his up special, Rising Tackle. It also has weak and strong versions, each with differing heights. And did you notice that if you hold down briefly to charge, your whole body glows a little?
Oh,
In this
that's
case, your whole
interesting.
body will be invincible at the start. Either way, your legs will be invincible. Here's an example of this invincibility in action. With the standard Rising Tackle,
Okay.
I got completely wiped out when I threw myself at them.
Right.
But with Rising Tackle's charged command version,
Oh.
you can't be hit
Oh,
at this
there's the invincibility frame.
so you come out on top.
So it could be used as a
of course,
punish,
use Rising
granted if
Tackle
you
as a
use the
recovery
charged
as well.
version.
Sounds like.
Even
It makes
after
sense
using
since
Burning
I
Knuckle or
think in the
Crack
game
Shoot,
it's a
you can
charge
still
input
use Rising
as
Tackle.
well, so
This is also very helpful
Alright.
when you're trying to recover, so please keep that in
Sounds
mind.
good.
His
yeah, I was
down
honestly
special
kind of
is
expecting a
power
shuriken motion, but it's actually just a charge
an
motion.
attack that rises and descends. This side, down, diagonally down command input
Oh, that's
is
the
also
shuriken
known
motion,
as
there
the
we go.
shuriken command.
There we go.
If you can pull it off, you'll be invincible at the start of the move. Also, you can hear a sound when it connects, but it might be tough to make out.
Whoa, I just noticed that he bounced off the
Now,
wall.
Let's talk about canceling specials.
Oh,
I'd
I
really
saw
like
it
you to
too.
keep this in mind.
Huh.
Curious as to how this
First,
stage is
if
going
you
to
use
work.
a special after attacking with a standard attack, The special won't come out until the move animation has finished. That makes sense, right? But here's what happens if you cancel out of it. At this moment here, if you've successfully entered a special command input, the rest of the animation will be cancelled, allowing you to attack again immediately.
Ooh.
I'll do that again.
Alright,
Throw
one
out
more
a
time.
kick like normal. And once your leg extends, you'll perform the move.
Ah, I see now.
Mm-hmm.
Set it up so that when you attack, you can go straight into a special. This will increase your offensive options. Please try this out. For example, neutral attack 1, 2, and power down. This is a bread and butter combo.
There's the
Aside from
invincible
that-
walls again.
Yeah.
You can also get Terry to fly out and attack.
So, can you
in
only
M-shape.
kill people from the top?
In his original game, you could only cancel attacks
Wonder.
on the ground, but in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's possible to cancel aerial moves. The types of aerial attacks that you can cancel are limited to things like neutral air attacks or down air attacks. But I think it would be wise to use these combos to expand your offensive options. And
Oh,
at last,
here we go.
the final
Ooh.
smash. His final smash begins with triple geyser. Terry will shoot 3 geysers straight forward.
Doesn't look like
However,
much.
If you think that's all, you're very mistaken.
Alright.
There's something more to it.
On. There's the kill. Sick.
Yep.
As you can see, if triple geyser connects, you'll follow up with power dunk and Buster Wolf. It's 3 moves in 1. It's a visually striking combo.
For sure.
You may be wondering what happened to his original super special moves. Yes, they're here too.
Alright, let's see him.
With the
Really?
usual rules, when Terry's damage meter rises up to 100% or higher,
Oh,
and in
there it
stamina
is.
mode, when his overall HP drops to 30% or less, you'll see this go icon at the bottom of the screen. At this point, if you enter this specific command,
Ooh.
Oh,
you
nice.
can initiate the power geyser you see here. The command input is, if I borrow the way it's said in the original game, down, angle down,
Oh
side,
no.
angle down.
Oh no.
It's one of these motions.
Well, it's a bit complicated. Downward, then backward, then forward. You see?
That's gonna require some serious practice.
It is
Yeah.
an action game after all.
But
you
this
get
is
to
King of
control the
Fighters after
direction of
all.
your punch, be it right or left.
Some
In that
complexity
case,
is to be
no matter
expected.
which direction you're going for, just swap the right input and left input. It's like this: downward, then backward, then forward. Or down, and then the opposite direction, if that's forward.
Right.
And then there's his other super special move.
He said it.
Oh.
He said, "Are you okay?"
You can initiate this one by repeating the Hadouken command input twice.
Okay.
Down to side, then down
That's
to
a
side
lot.
again.
Less complicated.
Alright, I can work with that.
It can be rather difficult to pull off moves using the original game's command inputs, but you can also use simplified command inputs. In the case of Power Geyser, remember this: down, side, down, forward. As long as you input the command downward to
Right.
the side, to the back, downward again, and then forward, you should be fine. In the case of Buster
Taking a
Wolf,
little bit
it's
of tips from
simply
Mortal Kombat,
down,
I see.
Side, down, side. That should be
Yeah,
easy
this
to
is some
remember.
next level stuff right here.
Even though the command input is complex, it can still be blocked with ease. Since these moves can only be used when Terry has taken a lot of damage, you'll be in even more danger if your opponent blocks. So they're high risk and high return. Please save them for when you really need to make a last-ditch effort. You can use it again and again, but be careful. Your opponent may be able to predict your move and take action. Essentially, it's best to use it when it's least expected, or to cancel out of a combo, like this.
Alright, so there is a way to KO someone here.
For the
Yeah.
taunts, I decided to match his original game. His up taunt
Just
is
gotta
"Hey,
find
come on,
that
come on,"
sweet
from
spot.
the King of Fighters series. His down taunt spins his hat like in the real Bout series. And
Pretty
his side
lively.
taunt is stand up from Garo, Mark of the Wolves. I've demonstrated him using various special moves in the game so far.
Warming up
and you
to
can
this guy
hear his
already.
voice. Like that. We've incorporated both his longer remarks, like Power Wave, from older titles, and his shorter remarks, like Rock You, from newer titles. And here are his color variations. There's a good variety of colors available
Nice.
across the series,
I like these.
and the cap design is slightly different in each version.
Oh,
I
I
see.
see the
They're
difference.
based on his original games, and we've also included some from the King of Fighters 14 and the anime series.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
He sometimes takes off his cap too. For example, it happens during his victory pose. His cap also blows away when he is defeated in stamina mode.
Oh, nice. Ah, here we
The
are.
stage is called King of Fighters Stadium.
I'm seeing the
It
background
looks like
characters
one
too.
hardcore fighting coliseum.
There they are.
The text above the Jumbotron reads, King of Fighters,
Take it
without
all
the.
in.
When we talk about a game title, we need the up front, but the name of the tournament in the game's story is just King of Fighters. This is a very unique stage, and it follows some rules that haven't existed in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate before. First, the edge is walled off.
Oh,
In the
okay.
Super Smash Bros. Series, you need to launch opponents off the stage.
So there's no walk-offs,
Here,
interestingly.
however, the more damage a fighter has accumulated, the more the wall will visually react.
Oh, I see what you
yeah,
have
so
to do now.
definitely mimics Fatal
Eventually.
Fury then.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's ring outs, I think.
Fighters will break right through the wall.
Oh, there we go.
There
Yeah.
are fireworks in the background. Basically,
So you
this
really
special
have to
feature
do some
allows you
damage in
KO
order to
an
knock him
opponent
off.
Only after they've accumulated
God, I want to
enough
imagine the
damage.
corner combos to see what it looks like.
That way, you can enjoy the battle more like you would in a traditional fighting game. When you're close to the wall, it's possible to be KO'd even when your damage is low.
Okay, so
It's
no
just like
corner
in regular
combos.
stages.
Ooh, right.
In the
But
real
yeah,
Bout
that's-
Fatal Fury series, there was a feature in which the walls could be destroyed and
Yeah,
players
remember
would suffer
that.
a ring out when they hit the wall. This isn't exactly the same, but we made it kind of similar to that. We hope you'll enjoy playing at this stage with all its special rules.
That answers it.
By the way, there are guest characters in the background, right? Since we have the
Yeah, I'm seeing
opportunity,
Yuri
I'd
and
like to
Rio.
introduce them to you.
Nice.
Oh.
Are they include all of them?
Let's see.
First up, Andy Bogard. He's the adoptive brother of Terry Bogard. Both of them were adopted from an orphanage and raised by Jeff Bogard. However, while Terry's teacher was Jeff Bogard, Andy studied under Mai Shiranui's father. He uses the Koppoken fighting style. Joe Higashi. He's one of the three main characters from earlier games in the Fatal Fury series. He's the only one that doesn't have any connection to Geese Howard. He's a Muay Thai champion. Kung Fu Ru. He's the master of the Holy Fist of 8 Ways, and he also trained Jeff Bogard. He can enlarge his body as well. Billy Kane. He's been in many Fatal Fury games since the first one, and he's the right-hand man of Geese Howard. While he appears in the first game, his costume is based on his appearances in King of Fighters 97 onwards. You can't really see his back, but the no smoking symbol is definitely there. Geese Howard. He's the big boss of Southtown, and he's the rival of Terry Bogard. Falling off of buildings is his thing. Rock Howard. His first appearance was Garo, Mark of the Wolves. He's the son of Geese Howard, and Terry actually raised him. That means his appearance in this game at this age with that look doesn't really jive with the timeline, but Smash is kind of like that to begin with, right?
Well,
Kim
if we're gonna
Couple.
go there,
He uses Taekwondo and considers himself
Yeah,
a
because
fighter for
technically
justice.
Richter and Simon
His
shouldn't be
whole
coexisting with each
very
other.
famous. Ryuji Yamazaki. His
Yeah,
first appearance
there's
was
that.
in Fatal Fury 3, and he's a criminal known as Dark Broker. He's very selfish and sadistic. Blue Mary. Her first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3 too. She uses combat sambo, and she's a good drinking buddy of Terry's. Those were the characters from the Fatal Fury series, but from here on, let me introduce characters from other series.
Alright, shoot.
Athena Asamiya. She's a Psycho Soldier. Psycho Soldier is a memorable game released around 1986, and it was the first title to feature a fully voiced theme song within the game. This epic song was also remixed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was recorded in both Japanese and English.
Ooh.
Music
Nice.
start. Kyo Kusanagi. He's the protagonist of the King of Fighters series, and he uses the ancient martial arts Kusanagi-ryu. Speaking of the protagonist, there are differences depending on which version you're talking about, like Orochi and Nest. Anyway, he is forever a school kid. Iori Yagami. Originally, he was introduced as Kyo Kusanagi's rival, but when I first saw this character in the game at the time, due to his look and attitude, I thought, whoever created this character must be a genius.
Obviously.
Goro Daimon. He's a judo gold medalist belonging to the Japanese team, and he likes to throw his opponents. Chang Hohen and Choi Bonge. One is an escaped convict, and the other is a slasher. They are currently undergoing rehabilitation under the previously mentioned Kim Kapwan. Ralph Jones
okay.
and Clark Still. Originally, they were main characters in the Ikari Warriors series before Neo Geo. They
Okay, I was
appeared
about to
as
say they
guests
kind of
in the
look like Metal
Slug
Slug
series, too.
characters.
Oh.
Ryo Sakazaki, the protagonist of Art of Fighting. The original Art of Fighting was released just before Fatal Fury 2. That means it was the first game to implement a true super special move. How could I not include him? King. Her first appearance was in Art of Fighting, and she's a bouncer and bodyguard.
Oh, they
She's a
just
beautiful
include every
woman with
character
an
in the game?
sense of style.
May as well.
Next, Yuri Sakazaki. She was kidnapped in the first Art of Fighting game, but after that, she trained hard and mastered Kyokugen Karate in just 1 year. In other words, she's a genius. So, as you can see, we've included many characters, a total of 20 characters.
Nice.
You know, it's very cumbersome. I mean, it takes a lot of time. But so many people love each and every one of these characters, even outside the confines of their
Well, of course
individual
it's for the
series.
fans.
So we simply
Yeah.
had to do our best by them.
Shows how
By the
dedicated
way,
they
you
are.
may have noticed that a very important character from the Fatal Fury series was not included. Yes, Mai Shiranui.
Yeah.
Super Smash
but
Bros.
this-
Ultimate is for good boys and girls of many different ages, so we decided not to feature her. Please forgive us.
Aww.
Yeah, her outfit is very
Has to be
risque.
My
It's
music
understandable
features
why they didn't
variety
include her.
tracks, and the music that plays affects which special guests will appear.
She's my main character as well in the game.
For example,
Knew there's some
there's a
compromises.
track called Pasta, and when the music is playing, Andy Bogard will always appear.
Ooh.
I
Oh.
hope you look forward to that as well.
So the music correlates to the cameos as well.
Oh, nice. Alright, let's see him in action.
Okay, I'm done providing information, so now let's jump into some actual battles. This time, I'm going to play the Terry route of Classic mode. On top of that, I want to try and hit the highest intensity level. Let's see if I can get all the way up to intensity 9.9. Honestly, playing the game in extreme difficulty while doing commentary is extremely hard. One or the other is doable, but doing both at once forces me to divide my attention. But that means I should do my best at both. I'll do my best.
Once you do Let's Playing for a living, then you'll...
First, this route is named the King of Smash. 3 characters who have some sort of connection will appear as a set, a challenge that looks somehow familiar.
I see.
Okay, the first intensity level is 5.0, so I should be fine. All battles in Terry's route are stamina battles. This stage's special KO rule that I talked about earlier isn't the best match for stamina rules, but oh well. On his route, a lot of stages feel like they're from a traditional fighting game. Okay, I did it anyway. Of course, even in this mode, it's not impossible for me to try for a KO, but normally it'll be over before that. There. Done.
All right, off to a nice
Looks like he's
start.
saying, give me
Mhm.
something. Next, round 2. It's the Legend of Zelda team. Just because characters are in a team because of their similarities, that doesn't mean that they have to be from the same game. This is Let's Go to Seoul, Kim Kapwan's theme. And I've got it set up so that we don't move from the bottom of Prison Tower. It would be easiest to simply knock him off the screen, but I'm not going to do that, because it's not as fun to watch.
Mm.
Plus, that would be an easy cheap
Knock him
shot.
off.
Yeah.
Over here. It's gonna blow. Will he do it? Alright. The boomerang's not coming back. And I can't go to the edge. Oh no!
Uh-oh, how's he gonna deal with this one?
The tables have turned.
Oh,
There we go.
nice
Cancelled.
one.
He wears his cap backward when he does a power dunk. Now you could call this the giant stage. All the giants are lined up. Of course, the music track is Taku and Kitepi. Of course, he says. You might wonder who Taku and Kitepi are. But it seems like it means Tanaka and Kitamura. This track is from Fatal Fury 2. There's a giant wrestler named Big Bear, and this is his track. Regardless of the track name, it's a really famous hard rock song. So please give it a listen.
I don't know how many music tracks there are.
The original
Hopefully
song
we
was
hear
called
something
Yusha
soon.
Raiden. There's that masked wrestler. Big Bear is his true identity. He's called Raiden.
Nice.
That was close. He almost self-destructed there.
Oh,
I'm beginning to find the intensity quite tough. Round 4. The whole atmosphere is a little different than how it's been up until now, right? We've been to arena-style flat stages, but suddenly we're at a battlefield form stage.
Ooh.
Oh, there's an item.
That's what he was concerned about.
oh.
There's an arcade game series called Athena.
He just shield break an enemy. He's like, oh hey, an item.
Oh, he's metal. Now that I'm thinking about it, I suppose both Lady Palutena and the Athena games were possibly an homage to the Athena of Greek mythology.
Hmm.
Plus, I wanted
Always
to
a
do something where
possibility
two
anyway.
characters who are similar or have similar abilities are together. It's a nice Kyokugenryu team. If I let my guard down, I'll easily be defeated, so I need to pay attention. Not bad, Gu.
There you go.
By the way, you can use moves like Crack Shoot to aim for overhead platforms, so they have some utility to them. I kept her in check. Phew, that was close. Looks like that fire bar didn't work out for her. It's getting brutal. The intensity is close to 8.
Now the third party's come to play.
You could say the opposing team is comprised of heroes from different companies. Sonic and Terry are on the stage. Actually, Sonic and Terry were both created in '91, so they're the same age. And the next
Some
year,
fun
in
facts for ya.
92, Kirby was born.
I mean, by that logic, you could say that like Incineroar is the
They're still on
youngest,
active duty.
even though
If
he
we're heading there
clearly
anyway,
is.
Sure.
You know, it's easier to fight on sloped ground. When using Crack Shoot, it's especially easy going uphill. Yikes. It's too soon to be taking this much damage. I started out with 150 HP, so I feel like I'm losing. Next, Mega Man. He was born in '87. The first Street Fighter came out in '87 as well, so that makes Ryu the same age. That was bad. Don't go off screen. No, I'm sorry. And now, Pac-Man from
He's
1980.
close to
save.
death anyway, so.
Of course, this character was made by Bandai Namco Studios, but when I talk to their team, I'll call him your company's character. They always come back saying, oh yeah, our company's character.
Yeah.
I often have these kinds of exchanges with them. Oh, that was
Uh-oh.
close.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that
But
was
I won't
close.
give in until the very end. Because
He has
I've
his
got a
go
super
meter ready.
special move.
Oh, there we go.
How's that?
Oh,
Not
almost
enough?
had him.
I see. Well, how about now?
There's the kill.
That was close.
It's bad to keep using the same move. Seriously. Next, you could call this Team Darkness. With the track Soy Sauce for Geese playing on the rooftop, it's got the aura of a final showdown. Oh, not good. Up next is Ganondorf. I don't want to get hit by him, not even once. He's huge. Yikes. You can't take things lightly in moments like this one.
Uh-oh.
That was a bad move. Alright, can I do this without getting hit? Now for a scary
Alright,
one,
that was good.
Bayonetta. Yep, I'm giving this everything I've got. Oh, that was just
Almost
amazing.
SDs at the side.
Pulling off
Yeah.
the midair jump was
This
risky.
is a risky one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Gosh, every time he does the, what was it called? The power wave onto the edge.
That was a beautiful move,
I mean, there's a nice setup right there.
Yeah.
but she couldn't take advantage of that opportunity. That will cost her.
Case in point.
That's a nice snapshot.
Time for the final battle. It's not Master Hand, but Ryu, Ken, and then Terry.
Oh.
Art of Fighting version 230000000.0 is playing. In other words, it's kind of a themed fight. He's super strong, so I have to work hard. I'm not pacing this out very well.
You know, I like this setup.
I'm
Feels more
starting
like a
from
traditional
150
fighting game in a
HP,
sense.
So I wish
Definitely.
I completed Ryu before my HP dropped to 100. But I can't give up until
Since
the
King
end.
of Fighters is mostly a 3-on-3 fighting game, it makes sense for each battle to be,
But Terry is last.
well, 1-on-3.
Same super
But
special.
yeah,
Ah,
But this is no time for chit chat.
this is good stuff either way.
Really
Yeah.
tough doing this while talking. Oh no. This is no good. Got it. It gets even tougher from here. I messed up a perfect shield. Here he comes. I gotta be on guard.
Oh, jeez. Okay,
there we go.
there we go. Yeah.
But with a power wave? If I could have pulled off a super special move, that would have been awesome. But, alright, did I make it to intensity 9.9?
Ooh.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
All right.
That was hard work.
Now I want to know if he does these like first try or if he has to like re-record everything every
Terry
time.
Bogard is really fun to play as, so I hope you
I mean,
enjoy
we are
playing as him
human
in such
after all.
situations.
Yeah.
No doubting that. I'm sure this took multiple tries,
Mm-hmm.
at least.
Next,
All right, here we
let's
go.
talk about the music. This time we have something very special lined up for you. For instance, when we were deciding which songs to include in this set, we thought about concentrating on songs related to Terry, but there were a lot of big band style songs that didn't really fit the mood of battle. That aside, the music of SNK has always been great, right from the beginning. So this time, we selected tracks that could be called SNK style. Basically, we expanded the selection a bit to include series outside of just Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters.
Alright,
SNK
let's
songs
see.
have always been great, really. This was true before Neo Geo, and all the way from the old The King of Fighters games to the arrangements in the latest installment, The King of Fighters 14. We did a lot of digging around, and finally managed to narrow our many candidates down to 50 songs.
Jesus! What?
That many?
We never
Oh,
intended to do
what?
something like this, of course.
Dude.
So we submitted our 50 proposals to SNK, expecting them to pick out maybe 10 or 20 that they considered acceptable.
Did they
But
agree to
told us they
50?
were okay.
Alright, makes sense.
As a result, we've pretty much added in 50 songs.
Ow.
Have a look at the list. That's how we ended up with the list we have, but we worked hard to deliver some of the best remixes. This was a very special one-off
Oh,
taste,
that
and I
is
don't think we'll
sweet.
be able to do the same
Yeah.
for other series.
That's
To be
a
honest,
lot.
I think that being able to hear such a selection might make the Fighters Pass
really
worth
pulled
quite a
through
bit
on
more
this
than its
one.
price.
Oh yeah.
I do hope you'll enjoy it. Challenger Pack 4 comes with a Spirit board too. The Spirit
Alright.
board can be selected via the Spirits menu. Have a look at the background. If it looks familiar to you, you'll start feeling pretty nostalgic.
Oh,
Shinjiro
I
San's
see what they're
artwork
doing
is
here.
always so
Yeah.
nice and vibrant, isn't it?
I'm seeing a Samurai
You can also
Showdown
look
character
forward
right
to
there.
mock tournaments featuring each of the characters.
Whoa.
That old school
Oh.
Athena and Ralph and Clark artwork really is something.
Very sharp.
Now for the Mii Fighters. Please have a look.
Okay, here we go. What we have this time?
Of course.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. King of Fighters, here we go. Nice, nice.
Virtual Fighter.
Oh,
Oh.
I think they did this before, did they?
I feel like so, yeah. Is it just mainly
Nice to
fighting
know
games?
This is making a comeback.
Oh, and Jackie as well.
Yeah, I definitely seen these before.
Hmm. Oh, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think after
Alright.
like the Sans review, we kind of got spoiled.
Ah, and then some.
Yeah.
Oh, available today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Had a feeling.
SNK was also involved with the Mii Fighter set this time, so it has a strong fighting game influence. It borrows a lot from the series Nakoruru comes from, like her wind slash attack, so I hope you'll enjoy those little details. Moving on to Amiibo, here's the new lineup.
Alright, what we got?
Simon,
Alright.
Chrom, and Incineroar. Each
Nice.
of these will be released on Friday, November 15th.
That's the same
Good
time as
luck.
Pokemon.
Oh, cool.
Next, let's discuss the details of the update.
Alright,
We've
what we
made
got?
some improvements to battle arenas. First, we're making it so you can send messages to each other in a battle arena. The messages are preset. So
Oh,
there's that,
okay.
and also, the player who created the arena can now change the rules.
Hmm.
I think that's going to be
We've
extremely
also added the
beneficial
option
for
to
fighting
play
with
Definitely.
friends.
Battlefield
Definitely.
form or Omega form at random in the stage settings.
Alright, I
Aside
like
from
this.
that, you can now pick Elite only as an arena type.
Ooh.
Furthermore, quick play won't be the only way to play with people you don't know. As long as the arena type is set to public and no password is set, we've made it so anyone is now free to join. So I hope you'll enjoy that.
Interesting.
It's like an actual
Terry
game
is due
then.
for distribution on November 6th. If you have the Fighter's Pass, you'll be able to get him straight away, or you can purchase him separately.
Yeah, I thought he'd be coming around today.
Yeah.
Well, I think that wraps it up for our Terry Bogard showcase. I hope we were able to convey his appeal. By the way, his reveal trailer was aired in advance. It was created using SNK pixel art.
Oh.
The complete version of it, including the gameplay portion, is finally ready.
Ooh.
I'd like to show it to you after this.
Alright. Let's see.
Now this is something of an inside story, but I of course wrote the plot for SNK's pixel art packed reveal trailer. When the invitation comes out, you might recall how it says, "Don't be late, S." That is not what I wrote. It makes me think, ugh, this is why I hate inside jokes. After leaving it to the staff, it snuck its way in there.
Alright.
I just want you to know that the S is also the Super Smash Bros. Series S. Well then, let's move on to the intro movie.
Okay, fire away.
Alright.
There we go.
Yep.
Now let's see him in action. Love the fact that they're always doing visuals like this.
Yeah. Aw.
Good stuff.
Yep. I think that's a good way to end the stream then.
Yeah.
Oh man. God, this
That was
game
a lot
is.
to take in.
Yeah.
We crammed in a little too much content this time. Hopefully, I'll be able to make future showcases a little shorter.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Whew.
Alright, that looks to be it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that was good.
For sure. And of course he's coming out tonight. Or today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
Definitely. Of course, assuming Nintendo servers don't crash on us.
I think we shouldn't have too much of a problem now, but let's see how it goes.
Right. Alright then.
Alright, show's over.